There's something really serious we need to talk about. I can't imagine if my son was out driving and someone was drinking and driving and hit my kid. You hear these stories all the time, people getting killed because you decide to pick up alcohol. Drink, you're drunk, and you don't have a clue what is happening to yourself while you're driving. And I have Tany Miller, she's an attorney, and I took a test one time and they put these glasses on to show you what you see when you're drinking. It blew me away.
Yep. And a lot of times when you're under the influence, you don't realize the physiological effects that alcohol has on your body, your ability to process things, how fast you react to things. So it is definitely something you need to be aware of. So
the laws are your alcohol level is at what that they are considered you drunk.
So if you are 0.08 or above, you are considered legally above the limit, right? But you don't necessarily have to blow a 0.08 to be considered driving under the influence. So if an officer observes you, if they stop you, for instance, and your speech is slurred and your eyes are bloodshot and they smell alcohol on you and you were swerving and that's why they stopped you, even if they don't for whatever reason get the blood alcohol content from you, they can still charge you with DUI, driving less safe.
So what is it that if you pull me over and I don't want to take the test, they will lock me up, right?
Okay, so here's how that works.
Okay.
A lot of people wonder, what do I do if I've been pulled over and I suspect that the officer suspects that I'm driving under the influence? Officers will oftentimes want to ask you questions. It seems like it's being conversational. How you doing? Where are you coming from? Where are you headed? You been drinking? Were you at a party? The best thing to do under those circumstances, if you know you've been drinking, is to not answer questions. You can refuse to answer questions.
Okay, but then if you refuse, then what happens?
Well, you refuse to answer questions. If the officer can independently, without talking to you or observing anything from you, determine or believe that he has probable cause to arrest you for driving under the influence, he can still do that. But your case is going to be better off if you refuse to answer questions. Be polite. Don't be rude.
So what do I say?
You say, I'm sorry, I would just prefer to speak to my attorney if that's okay, before I answer any questions. Now, they're not going to let you call your attorney at that moment, but they might say, well, why do you need an attorney? What's going on? I would prefer to speak to my attorney.
Cut the conversation short.
Cut the conversation short. And they oftentimes want you to do those field sobriety tests. You can refuse those as well.
But I thought if you refuse, they can put you in jail.
No, you can, as far as being on the side of the road, you can refuse to answer questions. It's your constitutional right. You can refuse to do field sobriety tests. You do not, those are voluntary.
Okay.
You can refuse to allow them to search your car, right?
Okay.
If they arrest you, however, and take you down to the precinct and want to give you a breathalyzer, then you are, for the most part, required to do it unless, if you don't, there will be license consequences for you. Your license will be suspended. But you can still refuse even then.
Can I tell you something? I just learned something today.
Call a lawyer. The most DUIs are very complex. They are extremely complex. Call a lawyer. That's the first thing you need to do.
And which one are you going to call?
You can call me, Tany Miller, 404-419-6369.
And if you get a DUI, that's some serious charges.
Definitely
points.
Serious. Points, license suspension. You could have job consequences for you depending on the kind of work that you do. Jail time.
You could have killed somebody.
You could have killed somebody.
It's something to think about.
It is something to think about. You're absolutely right.
So think about that. If you want to go out and have a good time, have a good time. Get your drink on. Take a friend with you, let them drive. Hire someone to drive for you, or just stay your ass home. Okay? Okay. It's Sasha the Diva with Tany Miller. See you guys.
Bye-bye.